Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have just been torn to shreds by Piers Morgan in a new op-ed. Let's go through it. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef, the alternate, Jonna, the alternative, and welcome to another dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye, and oh my goodness, yeah. Let's jump into this fun, shall we, because Meghan and Harry have just been torn to shreds by Piers Morgan in a new op-ed. He calls them a greedy, two-faced pair, and so much more. So let's have some fun with this, because here is the op-ed in question, written by Piers Morgan, and he says one word springs to mind when he thinks of deluded Meghan and Harry prancing around on a fake royal tour of Colombia. Can you guess what that one word would be? I'll give you 3 seconds. Here we go. So what is that one word? Well, Piers Morgan writes, firstly, my all-time favourite theatre review was about a play called Why. The critic wrote one word, exactly. And so he thought of this word when he heard that Harry and Meghan are going to go on a 4-day tour of Colombia this Thursday, saying that they're going at the invitation of the country's first black vice president, Francia Marquez, who gushed that the renegade royal duo have the exceptional opportunity to engage with elders, youth and women who embody the aspirations and voices of Colombians and illuminate Colombia's role as a beacon of culture and innovation. It looks like this vice president did not really take much notice of what happened in Nigeria, because it ended up, as ever, being about Harry and Meghan, the Harry and Meghan circus show. Anything that they tried to promote in terms of anything humanitarian just got lost in their circus because they made it all about them. Oh my goodness, Colombia have already been markled without them actually setting foot in the damn country itself. This is insane. This vice president is just as freaking deluded as Meghan and Harry as far as I'm concerned. And Piers Morgan is right. Meghan and Harry are not real royals these days. This is why all these trips to these countries that they're embarking on now are called fake royal tours, because they're fake. He says they don't do any actual duties for the institution, which conferred their titles on them. They just line their pockets with cash in America by constantly trashing their families and the monarchy in the media. Yeah, I totally agree. And guys, if you missed my Daily Nerd from earlier on, I'm going to link it in the description bar below and at the end of this video, because yeah, Meghan has made a new threat to the royal family and is going to be blaming them, allegedly, for her releasing her upcoming memoir, saying that she had no choice because the royal family made her do it. Want to know more? The link will be in the description bar below, and it'll also be at the end of this video. But that memoir, if it is released, she's going to be expecting to make more money off of her trashing, as far as I'm concerned, the royal family, and as far as I'm concerned, lying about them too. So Piers Morgan then says, so what gives them the right to prance around the world pretending to be proper royals on quasi-official visits? I won't even say that they're quasi-official. They're just fake. That's it. There's nothing official about it. They're not representing any official government body at all, or the royal family. So there's no quasi-official about it. There are so many things wrong about this. First, the laughable hypocrisy of them going to one of the world's most dangerous places. Both the UK and US government websites warn travellers to Colombia about the elevated risk of terrorism, kidnap. Here I'm going to say intimate violence, YouTube human viewer, guys, and robbery. After all of Harry's whiny demands for taxpayer-funded royal security when he comes to the UK to protect his family. And again, yeah, it is an absolute hypocrisy that's laughable. I did another video a week or two ago actually providing you guys with the evidence to prove that Colombia is far more dangerous to visit than the UK. I'll link that video in the description bar below as well. For Prince Harry to turn around and say he won't take Meghan to the UK because of the fear that she might be a victim of a knife or acid attack. Yeah, more than happy to go to Colombia, that's like over 20 times more dangerous than the UK. It's insane. Again, that video, I'll link that in the description bar below. But Piers Morgan then turns around and says, second, their decision to go and prop up a Colombian government that's been bedeviled by scandal since coming to power. So President Gustavo Petro, a radical socialist who once fought in a rebel guerrilla group, has seen his foreign minister suspended for alleged corruption, his son Nicholas charged with pocketing cash from illicit substance organisers, will say, meant for his father's presidential campaign, and his brother Juan accused of seeking payments from jailed illicit substance dealers in exchange for judicial benefits from the government. Petro himself has also faced recent allegations that he cheated on his wife with a transgender TV host. As for his vice president, there's been growing public anger over her hypocrisy at being Colombia's Minister for Equality while simultaneously using luxury helicopters like taxis and spending millions on a new home where she now lives instead of her official residence. And she is supposed to be the Minister for Equality. Wow. Megsy, sometimes you're judged by the friends that you keep. Just going to put that out there. In the meantime, opposition politician Miguel Polo posted on Twitter that Francia Marquez is the biggest fraud in our black community. She's been in office for 2 years and has done nothing, only play the victim and travel around in helicopters. Sound familiar? Oh my goodness. That is pretty much Megsy to a T. You could literally turn around and say, right, Megsy has been out of the royal family for 4 years or more and has done nothing, only play the victim and travel around in private jets. Dude, that's pretty much word for word Megsy. Come on, that's so word for word Megsy. Definitely sounds familiar, I would say. Now, what Piers Morgan is most annoyed about is Hazra and Megsy's delusion that they can somehow operate as a rival royal family on the global stage, enjoying all the benefits from that regal status but without any need to fulfill their obligations to their king and country. They should be stopped. King Charles and Prince William are both said to be livid about this Colombia tour, and I'm not surprised. I mean, they were allegedly angry about their tour to Nigeria. And as I reported a few months ago, apparently King Charles, through back channels, spoke to other Commonwealth countries to persuade them not to invite the gruesome twosome to their countries. And so it's quite a development now that Megsy and Hazza have been invited to Colombia that's not part of the Commonwealth. And we haven't heard anything since from any other Commonwealth countries that they want to invite Hazza and Megsy, apart from that little skirmish from Ghana at one point, but we've not heard anything since. Interesting, right? Now, Piers Morgan concludes in his op-ed that it's completely unacceptable and unsustainable for estranged members of the royal family to conduct official trips like this. The king should strip Megsy and Hazza of their titles that they trade off so cynically and instruct palace officials to tell heads of foreign governments that they must stop issuing formal tour invitations of this nature to this greedy, two-faced pair who want to have their royal cake and eat it. Couldn't have said it better myself. With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, and believe me, of course there's going to be more, you do not want to miss my next video, you guys, then make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe, because I'll be honest with you, help us now get to 1 million so we can also get that go play button right there and hopefully cause a Meghan Markle meltdown on Instagram. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever's. Also as well, if you've got some very strong opinions about what Piers Morgan says, do you believe they're greedy two-faced pair? Do you believe that their title should be taken away? And I bet you got some strong opinions about all of that. Then make sure you send me a super thanks. It's just below this video right here. We can have a conversation about this because it does guarantee a response from me. And until the next time, you guys, laters.